Chapter 1. My name is Melanie Marnich. My name is not Melanie Marnich. Both these things are true. Chapter 2. An assignment. A friend asked me to write something for the theater he works at. Something about, where is my America? What is my America? And I think, what does that mean? That's exactly the kind of crap I hate writing about. I have nothing to say. The answer is no. I decided to tell my friend, I can't do this. Don't have time, which is not a lie. Chapter 3, I am gutless. I can't say no. I'm not the type. So I say, yes, I'll write something, but I have nothing to say about America. I am so American that I think it's no big deal to be an American. For me to have this privilege, my grandparents left Belgrade around 1920 and sailed for this country, clutching to the life raft of an idea that things would be better here. Chapter 4, it didn't turn out so well. They found their way to northern Minnesota, steel mills and mines. I know from my dad's brothers and sisters that their father refused to speak English, refused to let his kids speak English. The only thing worse than the poverty in their home was the violence. My dad's father was a tyrant who starved and beat his children. When I would ask my dad's brothers and sisters about their childhood, they would say it was barbaric. But when I asked my dad, he would say it was idyllic. Years spent as a boy on lakes and rivers and in the woods, baseball and forts and fireworks, the most American of American childhoods. Chapter 5. My dad's name is Mike Marnich. My dad's name is not Mike Marnich. Both these things are true. My dad's brothers and sisters argue with him about how he spells our last name. He spells it M-A-R-N-I-C-H, Marnich. They all spell it M-A-R-U-N-I-C-H, Marunich. My dad thinks his brothers and sisters can't spell. He also thinks they are responsible for the sadness in their lives, for their misfortune. As for him, he says he had a beautiful childhood. He says he has a beautiful life. He says I have a beautiful future. He says our last name is Marnich. Chapter 6. My dad, Mike Marnich, dies. A few weeks later, I go through his papers. I find a copy of his marriage license. On it, he's identified as Mike Marnich. Great, I think, proof that his brothers and sisters who go by Marunich are wrong. But clipped to the marriage license is a copy of his birth certificate. His name at birth, Milan Marunich. His name is Milan Marunich. I've never known my father as Milan Marunich. This is news to me, and I think, liar. All these years you lied to me, liar. But in the space beneath the name Milan Marunich is a humble handwritten change. It says AKA Mike Marnich. And next to the AKA is a date, the same date that my parents applied for their marriage license. On this day, back home in America, after years overseas in the Navy, my father changed his name to a slightly more American one. He gilded his past, cleared way for his future. He was born with an AKA handwritten on a birth certificate when he was 29 years old. Goodbye, old country. This new country starts with the stroke of a pen in the margins. Chapter 7. I am Melanie Marnich. I am Melanie Marunich. I am the daughter of Mike Marnich. I am the daughter of Milan Marunich. All these things are true.
do one night. Went to a play, and it was by some guy, like I was living in Cincinnati, some guy, I don't know who, and it was like instantaneous. It was like I knew immediately when I saw this play that was how I was hardwired. That's how I was meant to be thinking, working, writing. Started out as a copywriter, wrote for the stage, then I write for television, and I don't go, oh gosh, I keep changing careers. And I think it's kind of important as a creative person to realize, oh no, I keep evolving as an artist, and and the palette keeps getting more varied, and the canvas keeps getting bigger, and that's okay. I think neither one of us really discusses things as they're coming to. I think we're very private. We just sort of mull it all over. Like I know the minute, and this just happened to me, true story, over half of a new play written for Oregon Shakespeare. I discussed it with, I was like, oh, I'm so excited about this play. I've got like 50-something pages. It's about this. And I told Lee, and I was like, couldn't write another word. I don't know what happened. It just went out the window. And that was the first time I did that, and the last.
I think it makes a lot of difference if you've gotten to a page that has the words "the end" on it. You know, if you can hand somebody an entire draft, because a play is all about where it gets to. You know, if you don't have the full arc of its action in front of the reader in this sense is sort of responding in the dark.
What I really love in theater is the courage of actors to accept what's on the page and invest. Sometimes I think the difference between a really good or great performance and a good and great actor, from my perspective, is someone who can take the script and say, I'm not quite sure where this is going, but I'm going to invest fully in this character's journey. And that investment is what will make that part work. Like I alone as a writer, I can hit my marks, I can do a great job structurally, but if the actor will just let the guard down enough to trust that these words will get them to where they need to be, that's a gift. It's a tremendous courage on an actor's part and a great gift to the writer.